Have you ever wondered how a permissive parenting style might contribute to the development of narcissistic behavior in an individual? Let's take a moment to unpack this. Permissive parenting is a style characterized by low expectations of maturity and self-control, while offering high levels of warmth and responsiveness. It's like being a friend, rather than a disciplinarian. Now, imagine the potential consequences when a child raised this way grows up. They may develop a heightened sense of entitlement, a lack of understanding of boundaries, and a belief that the world revolves around them. In other words, they could display narcissistic tendencies. This isn't to say that every child of permissive parents will become a narcissist, but the potential is there. It's a fascinating and complex correlation worth exploring. Throughout this video, we'll delve deep into this intriguing correlation and its implications. So let's embark on this journey of understanding together. Permissive parenting often revolves around a lack of boundaries and excessive leniency. This approach to upbringing is characterized by a high degree of freedom given to the child, with few rules or restrictions in place. Parents who adopt this style tend to be more friends than authority figures to their children, often avoiding confrontation and discipline. While this may create an open, free-spirited environment, it can also lead to a lack of structure and guidance, which are essential for a child's development. The absence of clear boundaries can foster a sense of entitlement, where children grow up believing they can do as they please without facing any consequences. This can be particularly damaging when it contributes to the development of narcissistic traits. A child who never learns the importance of respecting others' boundaries may grow into an adult who manipulates others for personal gain. But what happens when this parenting style fuels the development of a narcissist? A sense of entitlement and a struggle with boundaries are common traits of narcissists. This, dear listeners, is a truth we can't ignore. But let's dig a little deeper. How can a permissive parenting style contribute to these traits? Think about it this way. When a child is raised without boundaries, they're likely to grow up assuming that the world revolves around them. They may develop a sense of entitlement, believing that their needs and desires should always be prioritized. Now let's consider some real-life scenarios. Case studies have shown instances where children raised in permissive homes where no is seldom heard often struggle to respect boundaries as adults. They may intrude into others' personal space, make unreasonable demands, or fail to acknowledge that their actions affect others. The takeaway? The absence of boundaries in childhood can lead to a lack of respect for them in adulthood. It's clear that permissive parenting can have far-reaching effects. Narcissists often face challenges in their relationships, particularly with women. Born out of permissive parenting, these individuals often struggle to form meaningful connections. They may feel entitled to constant attention, validation, and admiration, causing an imbalance in the relationship dynamics. In many cases, they may also fail to respect boundaries, making their partners feel uncomfortable or violated. Consider a case study of David. Raised by a permissive mother, he entered relationships expecting his partners to cater to his every whim, just as his mother had. His partners, however, found his demands overwhelming and his lack of consideration for their feelings disheartening. Another example is Sam, who, despite his charm and charisma, had a tendency to manipulate situations to his advantage, disregarding the feelings and perspectives of his partners. These are just a few examples of how permissive parenting can influence a narcissist's approach to relationships. Recognizing these red flags early on can make a significant difference. Awareness is the first step towards change. So let's delve into identifying those early signs and behavior patterns which could indicate a male narcissist shaped by a permissive upbringing. Firstly, look for an inflated sense of self-importance. This individual may often exaggerate their achievements, talents, and expect recognition as superior without commensurate achievements. Secondly, they may be preoccupied with fantasies about success, power, brilliance, beauty, or the perfect mate. Thirdly, they might exhibit a sense of entitlement, requiring excessive admiration and expecting special favors and unquestioning compliance with their expectations. Fourthly, they may exploit others without guilt or shame to achieve their own ends. Finally, they might demonstrate envy towards others or believe others are envious of them. An inability to recognize or identify with the feelings and needs of others is another sign. These are some red flags to look out for, but remember, each individual is unique, and these signs may vary. Empowering women starts with knowledge. Narcissists can be master manipulators. Here's how to navigate their tactics. Now, these tactics can take many forms, but they often stem from a permissive upbringing. Here are some strategies to help you recognize and navigate these manipulative maneuvers. Firstly, familiarize yourself with common manipulative behaviors. These can include guilt-tripping, gaslighting, and playing the victim. Once you're able to identify these tactics, you'll be better equipped to respond effectively. Secondly, trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't allow yourself to be coerced into doubting your own experiences or perceptions. Thirdly, maintain open communication. Manipulators often rely on secrecy and isolation to exert control. By keeping the lines of communication open with trusted friends or family, you can help to counteract this. Lastly, don't be afraid to walk away. Protecting your own emotional well-being should always be your top priority. Remember, establishing firm boundaries is key. Boundaries are crucial in any relationship, but particularly so when dealing with a narcissist. When interacting with individuals raised under permissive parenting, setting firm boundaries is not merely advisable, it's essential. It's a way to assert your self-worth and protect your emotional well-being. So, how do you go about it? First, recognize your own needs and prioritize them. Understand that it's okay to say no. This simple word can be a powerful tool in establishing your boundaries. Second, communicate your boundaries clearly. Don't leave room for misinterpretation. Be assertive, not aggressive. Remember, setting boundaries is not about controlling the other person's actions, but about defining what you will and will not tolerate. Third, stay consistent. Boundaries can only be effective if they are maintained. Be prepared for pushback, but stand your ground. It's your right to protect your emotional space and demand respect. But even with boundaries, emotional resilience is crucial. Emotional resilience is the armor we need to protect our well-being. It's about bouncing back from adversity and maintaining a healthy sense of self-worth, even when faced with a narcissist's manipulative tactics. To cultivate emotional resilience, it's crucial to first acknowledge the situation for what it is. Accepting that you're dealing with a narcissist who was likely shaped by permissive parenting can be a tough pill to swallow. But this acceptance is the first step towards resilience. Next, it's about self-care. Prioritize your mental and emotional health. Engage in activities that bring you joy, foster a positive mindset, and encourage self-love. Remember, you are not defined by how a narcissist treats or perceives you. Lastly, practice mindfulness. Stay present in the moment rather than dwelling on past interactions or worrying about future encounters. This can help reduce anxiety and increase your resilience. Sometimes, however, professional guidance may be necessary. Navigating a relationship with a narcissist can be complex and challenging. It's often filled with a myriad of emotions and a whirlwind of highs and lows. When you find yourself in such a relationship, it's essential not to navigate it alone. Seeking professional support can be a game changer. Therapists and counselors are trained to help you understand the dynamics at play. They can provide you with the tools and strategies to manage your relationship effectively. They can also guide you in developing healthy boundaries and cultivating emotional resilience. Additionally, support groups can be a valuable resource. Connecting with others who have experienced similar situations can provide comfort, reduce feelings of isolation, and offer practical advice. Remember, there's no shame in seeking help. It's an act of self-care and self-preservation. Furthermore, professional assistance can help you understand the impact of a permissive upbringing on a narcissist's behavior. This knowledge can be empowering, enabling you to make informed decisions about your relationship. Ultimately, it's about reclaiming your power. You have the power to protect your emotional well-being. Now let's delve into how you can reclaim your power, maintain your independence, and safeguard your emotional health. Firstly, it's essential to understand the importance of self-care. This doesn't just mean bubble baths and spa days, but also includes setting aside time for reflection, personal growth, and mental rest. Secondly, remember to build a strong support system. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, respect your boundaries, and understand your journey. Thirdly, don't be afraid to assert your independence. You are not an extension of the narcissist. You have your own identity, dreams, and aspirations. Finally, remember that it's okay to walk away. If a relationship is causing you harm, it's within your rights to leave. It's not your job to fix someone else at the expense of your own well-being. Remember, your worth is not defined by a narcissist's manipulations. Stand strong.